Welcome. New episode, Red Flags. Hey, how are you doing?
Yo, I'm great, man.
Happy
Caught,
Monday. Happy Monday.
caught Toronto FC after about 2 years of living in the city. So yeah, it was a
All
fun
right.
one.
I'll have a similar story in 3 weeks. So we'll talk about this later down the road.
Oh shit.
But yeah, we have a couple of things to get through this episode. Um, Not a lot has been going on in terms of NBA college football. So we'll jump right into the NFL and more of the preseason action that's going on. Should you tell us a little bit about your redemption boy, the guy you were criticizing last week? What do you do?
Yeah. Um, I've been a bit of or rather, an Ashton Jeanty hater on the show. Great player. But yeah, he did well this weekend. I have to praise him. Uh I saw him running through guys. Yeah, like the way we saw in college. So he has shown that he can do it on the NFL level, right? Let the season start before we get too excited. But yeah, he did
Changed
well.
his stance
Good
a little
touchdown
bit. He's now leaning forward a little bit. So yeah, we'll see how he progresses through the season. But
for
yeah, I
sure.
think the main drama that is still the NFL preseason is definitely these these uh these guys up here. Like a lot is going on in the Browns, which is kind of always typical. Tell us a little bit more about your boy.
Yes, sir. So the Browns QB situation. Six quarterbacks on the team. The main guy, highest paid guy, is out for now. So five guys competing for about four spots. And yeah, Joe Flacco named QB1. So he'll be starting the season number 15, as you can see on the screen. But the real drama is between the two rookie quarterbacks that were drafted, 12 Shador and 5 Dillon Gabriel. Yeah, so Shador had an oblique injury in the last week, so he couldn't play the last game. Dillon Gabriel started, and yeah, wasn't bad, but I mean, first game in the NFL, he threw a pick six, and yeah, also credited with the fumbled handoff. I mean, work on your footwork, my guy. Uh, all I'll just say is, if that was Shador's debut, everybody will. I don't think he would have got as much grace as people have given Dylan Gabriel. And I mean, coming out after the game to say they are entertainers and they are competitors, I'm here to compete. I
Throwing
mean,
through a lot of shots
he
being thrown
said
in that
he said
team.
he was directing those comments at the media, but a lot of people feel like, yeah, you're not slick, my guy. Like it just sounded like he was aimed at Shador, who had two touchdowns on his own debut, no interceptions. I don't know.
Yeah,
I
there
don't
was
know.
some showing of him being mic'd up, and yeah, it's overall it just his interaction with the general manager was not positive because he was giving him compliments, but Shador was almost making jokes as to say like, bro, those compliments are are not really for real. But yeah, we'll see how the dilemma works with that whole Brown situation because there's definitely a lot of drama.
Yeah,
Um,
keep an eye on the
wait,
Rams. Keep an eye on the Rams. Keep an eye on the
any
Rams.
more interesting thing going on with
Well, in the NFL, uh, Wayne Rooney, Manchester United legend, football legend, responded to comments um, made by the NFL GOAT, Tom Brady, in Birmingham City's Amazon Prime documentary from when Rooney was in charge. Tom Brady essentially questioned Wayne Rooney's work ethic, and I mean Rooney, handled the question well, like as respectfully as he could have, crediting Brady for being a legend and all that. But like in the nicest way possible, he was like, bro, stay in your lane. Like you don't really know this ball. Like NFL, American football, yes, like you know that ball, but like this ball, nah. So like I don't know. It was just very weird to me what Brady said. Really, like I don't even
Yeah,
think he had been around that long to be making those comments. But yeah,
no,
let's
I
just
mean
get to the real football. I beg.
the US has been crossing the pond into the Premier League. Lots of ownership and a lot of like, I guess your LeBron James and everybody, your Wrexham and all of those people glamorizing like owning of Premier League clubs. So everybody's trying to get into it. He's a part owner, so he's trying to showcase that he's being active and involved. But like you said, let's get into the real ball talk. Premier League returned first week back, lots of big games, lots of drama with the transfer window still open.
Yeah.
Let's start from the negative instead of the positives. Who were your teams that are looking shaky and you're questioning how their outlook is going to look for this season?
Okay. Very premature take, but West Ham and Burnley looking like they won relegation candidates. Like I know it's early, but oh my god, West Ham and Burnley fans should be worried. Yeah, they should be worried.
Now, West Ham is
Ah,
looking shaky, shaky. Paqueta is also talking about he wants to get out. They've already sold Kudos. I don't know if Jared Bowen can carry them again, but
bro, I don't
yeah.
know, man. I don't know. That guy must have some really strong shoulders if he's going to carry that West Ham team this season, man. Because I mean, at least Burnley, on the other hand, have made moves.
Mm.
Um, they've closed out Leslie Ugochukwu and the other guy, the striker guy from Chelsea, right?
Dobson Fofana, or is it
Armando
Broya?
Broha, I think Broha.
Broya. Yeah.
So yeah, right, they are trying to dig themselves out, and I mean, it was a game that I kind of expected them to lose, but we
Yeah, I
hope
mean,
we
not a
hope they
lot
do
is
better.
expected for them, so we'll see how they continue to progress. Anybody else that you thought was looking shaky?
Yeah, I mean, Jibola is not going to be happy about this, but yeah, like I don't think Chelsea looked that great, and for the life of me,
That's
I can't understand why that Crystal Palace free kick was disallowed. But I mean, we'll get to that later. Let's not spend too much time on rest for now. Yeah, Chelsea not looking great, and Liverpool won, but their defensive issues from preseason seem to follow them into that first game, and we
another
only took
second
2-0.
goal. Oh, it was a beauty, beauty, beauty.
I mean, like it sucks. It sucks that he faced racial abuse, right,
Yeah,
from one of the Liverpool supporters. But I mean, what better way to respond to a racist than to bang in 2 goals against the guy's team? Like, yeah.
right after
So
that, like yeah.
credit to Menu on that performance. Yeah, like Aura man Van Dyke was at it again. You know, defending defending with aura as opposed to making actual tackles in the game. Like,
Nah,
well, I
I'm
mean,
definitely
I'm just hating. I'm just hating. I'm just hating. But
no. I
I
think you
mean,
have valid points. Definitely, like Chelsea,
that
like you
guy is
said,
definitely on my source watch, Van Dyke, for the season. So
Chelsea, like you
Liverpool
mentioned,
fans,
like
I'm sorry.
they have like a lot of they've done a lot of deals, they've done a lot of transfers. The whole good out, outlook that they had from the Club World Cup, beating PSG and everything, didn't really translate to the first game. A lot of their signings did not come in. They did not. Jao Pedro was not looking like anything spectacular. Their midfield
Yeah.
was looking very flat. Palmer was looking not cold at all. And then Liverpool, like you said, their defense was looking very shaky. A lot of issues with Van Dijk and their flying fullbacks, no type of coverage from the midfield because they were playing Szoboszlai as one of the holding guys. So yeah, there's definitely a lot of interesting intrigue to come through this season, and we'll see how it continues to progress. Let's switch it up a little bit and see who you think was performing. Um, Anybody you want to highlight?
I mean, yeah, an Arsenal fan. So I'll just take that cross from you and carry it for you. But Richarlison, yeah,
Yeah, beautiful goal. Beautiful goal.
he came prepared. He came prepared for the one. Richarlison came prepared for the one. I must
Yeah,
admit.
Kudus was also playing well.
Yeah, I mean, we know what he's capable of, and I mean, everyone should be used to Tottenham starting the season well by now, right?
True. Two
It's
seasons
it's
ago,
by
they
it's
thought they
by
were
it's by
the
November. It's by November when we know the true Tottenham.
real
Like
real club.
they're always the champions of August, right? So I mean, we're used to it.
No, I mean I think
COYS,
that
COYS.
the three in the back was looking really good, like having a lot of solid in their defense, which is something that Tottenham has always struggled with. Their midfield was also looking dynamic with Sar, given that injury. And I think they have one young guy, I forget his name, Berg something, Berg
Bergvall,
Wine,
Bergvall.
Bergval. He was also giving a lot of energy. So we'll see how much they can carry this on. Anybody else that was standing out?
Oh, Sunderland and their
Hmm.
170 million euro transfer outlay this summer. Like, I mean, they won. It was looking like money well spent. I mean, when you consider people making their debuts and coming on to score, like, bruh,
Yeah, and
those
they
guys, those
signed.
guys seem like a solid team. But I mean, they won. They won. They won.
Yeah, you were going to mention that they signed somebody from PSG.
Yeah, Mukiele, they just closed out, I think, 12 million euros for the Mukiele French defender, PSG.
Experience. They've been balancing youth with the experience, which is a good combination to ensure that you stay up. So we'll see how long
Physic-
they can.
Physicality, I need to see, like, they get they get that aspect of playing in the Premier League, like physicality in some of their signings. Like, clearly, those people they're not here to go down easily. Is all
Yeah,
I'll say.
they're gonna fight. They're gonna fight.
Yeah.
But I want to spotlight who I think had the best debut for the Premier League. I'd like to brand this section
Please make it quick. I'm
the
seeing Man
return.
City on my screen. I'm not really understanding what's going on.
This is the return of the classic eight. Tijani Reinders' beautiful masterclass debut. One goal, one assist. The first goal too was pretty much his assist. He was the one who dinked the ball to um was it Oscar Bob that he dinked the ball to that
Yeah,
laid it back to Haaland.
Haaland.
Um his goal, like you know what he would have thought that was a clear chance. Absolute baller of a finish. And his third assist, or I mean the third goal, which was his first assist, that build-up play, outlets, control, making the run, the sort of like sharpness in his mind to sort of lay it off to Haaland before anybody even thought about it. Haaland had like 5 hours to just run onto this ball and just finish it. Like there was still a defender in there. No, like he was just out of the picture based on how Reinder was just 2, 3 steps ahead. And the reason why I said like this is like the return of the eights is because he's playing a unique role where him and Bernardo are sort of like altering between who is the 10, who is the 8, and who's sitting deep and who's going vertical. I think that's one thing that the Premier League has missed. Everybody sort of like loves this number 10, your Wirtz, your Odegaard, your Bruno, and things of the sorts. Like that, those are the key players we always talk about. But I think the Premier League, if you look historically, there was a period where we
Yeah.
had your Lampards, your Gerrards, your Aaron Ramsey, and these guys were both defensively secure and also providing great offensive power. So I think he's going to do really well for City. And I love that he's wearing the number 4. Again, another classic 8, says Fabregas. Love that number. Literally my favorite number. He's going to bring a lot of intrigue and power and pace to City. And City's cooking. They have a lot of last minute deals that they're looking to do.
Sorry,
Rodrigo,
why do you
watch
have
out.
number 7 at your back? Is that for your favorite number? Sorry.
Yes, the number four on my team is not my
Just
favorite
just
player.
explain to the fans why you have seven at your back there
Yeah,
and
we
you're
all know
saying
who wears seven, and it's Star Boy. We've got to rep that. You got to rep that. But soon we'll get more numbers to show my intrigues and my versatility. But yeah, I just wanted to big up to Tijani Reinders, one of the players I've been watching since he was in AC Milan. Love to play with him in FIFA. Ask my roommates, he got peppered with those deep runs many times. So yeah, it's great to see it in real
Baba,
life
you
and in
show us
action.
evidence, oh, you show us
No,
evidence.
he'll throw comments inside there, and he'll expose his own L's that he's caught by Tijani's deep runs.
Okay, now.
Um, but yeah, we'll talk again. We'll move on right now just to talk about the big game for the weekend. Everybody was looking forward to this. This was the highlight. This was what the Premier League was being built on. You know, the two teams coming to face each other from the olden era, seeing if there's any progress, whether Arsenal can finally get over the hump, whether Man U's trajectory is going positive after their big summer signings in the attack. Jay, what's your take on this game?
Yeah, your team won. Your team won. Talk first. I'll go after. Don't worry. Let me give you that
Okay,
respect.
no worries, no worries. High level, we got the 3 points. That's what was required. And I think I told you that was my outtake. Like I wasn't too sure about how we were going to play players still bedding in terms of our attack and how to figure Gyökeres into this our Arsenal system. I think there's definitely a lot that we need to do. Um, Odegaard is somebody that I need to highlight that if he doesn't get himself like if he doesn't sit up and realize like he has to be an engine for creativity into this team, I think we might need to move on from him next season because there's only so much leeway that we can build for a player in that prominent role. Declan Rice too, I was kind of disappointed how, in the athletic game, he had played like a little bit deeper with Zubimendi, where they were playing like a double pivot. But in this game, he was doing his usual trying to be, number eight, bombing down the left flank, and yeah, it was really not a good performance from the midfield, from the attack. I think the defense was the real star from how they were solid in defending the many chances that Man U came up with, and also Calafiori getting the goal. I mean, he was phenomenal that game. I would be honest, I was someone who
He
was
was
not. Yes, I think he was phenomenal that game. Um,
okay.
I was someone who was actually advocating for Skelly to start, but I think the way he sort of provided a lot of velocity with the attack and tried to sort of invert and really sort of link up plays was really impactful. Yes, there were some defensive shortcomings because of him sort of exposing the left side with Mbomo. But again, that's why I mentioned first Declan Rice playing deeper when they did that a lot of inverting with Calafiori, Declan Rice played deeper to provide that cover, and he wasn't providing that cover this game. So there were a lot of times when we were exposed, and that's kind of the balance that I feel like we need to get to. But what was your own take? What do you see? Because you don't seem to agree with Calafiori having a good game.
I mean, I mean, I mean, um, I can't. I think overall, Calafiori had a good game, but I wouldn't really say he was like the standout in your defense for me personally. But maybe I wasn't really paying too much attention to him. But speaking of the game overall, it was a much improved performance from
Certainly,
Manchester United, but we still lost, right? Um, Probably didn't help that we didn't have a striker to start the game, but we had trained this way for the latter part of the preseason, right? So I think, like especially the last one, the Fiorentina game, like we didn't start a striker and Hoyland didn't come off the bench, right? Throughout that game, so we already knew like we're getting a striker and Hoyland was going to leave the club, right? So Uh the way like they struggled initially, right? Because of how Bayindir was like clearing the ball out from the back. Like I think after some time he figured out that he needed to play like a flatter ball out from the back, right? To give Mount or whoever was trying to win it a chance, right, to get the ball, right? Because obviously Arsenal defenders are more superior in the air to
Mm,
any of the front three that started for United, right? But yes, like I could see patterns that were repeating throughout the course of the game. Credit to Patrick Dogu. I think that guy covered the most distance for of
yeah,
any
he was
Manchester United player. Like
definitely a standout player.
he was definitely a constant threat down the left hand side, and he didn't ignore his defensive responsibilities. I mean, and I had to credit Shaw too for what he did against Saka. Like everybody was just abusing Saka yesterday, right? Like
So I
he
think
didn't make a lot
there
of
were
noise.
bad calls from the ref, but yeah, we can talk a little bit about that later.
We'll talk more. We'll talk about bad calls later. Let's not belabor it. But yeah, like as I said last week, I knew Sheshko wasn't going to be ready to start the game, right? So I didn't really know how it was going to go, but overall, I'm satisfied, right? I'm satisfied. I'm more concerned about our next three games, right? Because I don't. I the problem with United under Amorim last season, to me, it wasn't the big games. You don't need much to motivate players to play against Arsenal. It is
Mm.
the games I expect United to win that are the worry for me. So the next three games will tell me a lot about how much this team has moved forward, right, in terms of like making progress under the Amorim era, right, for lack of a better word. But yes, this is a good time to, you know, move to refs. New season of Prem, new season of referee madness. They chalked off a good goal for Palace. They explained it as okay, the guy was in very close proximity of a three-man wall or something that he was supposed to give at least 1 meter distance. I've never heard it. I've seen so many incidents where the player ducks out of the wall and the ball passes through and it's a goal and nobody chalks it off. But I mean, they explained it with the rule. Great. Bindir against Arsenal, he wasn't strong enough. He got bullied. They said they will clamp down on holding and grappling and everything in the box. It was still a valid goal. Fine. But someone needs to explain to me how Saliba tripped Cunha in the box. Did not win the ball. The ball was right in front of Cunha, and VAR didn't think to call that back for a penalty. And I mean, I know Demo Gallagher and the ref watch on Sky Sports. That is just rage bait. He was never going to agree that that thing was a pen. But man, someone just needs to explain to me. Like,
Yeah, I
honestly.
think obviously your binder point is clear. Like he was not physical enough. There was no situation where the player was actually like impeding him or anything like that.
Personally,
So
I'm okay with it being given as a
yeah,
goal. But
yeah.
as long
And
as Man U scores it another day and they don't cancel it, I'm fine. It's
yeah,
when the club
again,
scores from that and they
I don't
cancel
even
it.
think
That's
this
when the
was
problem will start.
I don't think this was even a situation because I've seen Ben White be a lot more physical in the box, and I don't think this was that. Your keeper
Oh no
clearly
no
did
no no
not.
no.
And
I
again, we
mean,
had a
didn't
similar situation.
Raya did it? Raya
Exactly,
punched the ball out, and I mean,
exactly.
after that, to be fair, I think he became a lot more aware of what Arsenal
Fine.
were trying to do from the corners.
That's
Right?
what
So
he needs to improve on. That not this is
yeah,
not a referee situation. I think the only referee situation that we're talking about is really
bro,
that easy.
is that pen for me, bro? Is that pen for me? You need to tell me why that thing is not a penalty, bro. Because
I cannot
last
I'm not
season against West Ham, my guy Delict, apparently they said knee to knee contact. Even like, bro, if that guy needs my younger sister, that thing will not pain her. And you just saw Danny Ings going down. Oh my God. They say knee to knee contact. They brought it back. They brought it back and gave penalty, say knee to knee contact. Please, what is foot to foot contact? It's not a penalty. Is
bro.
foot to foot contact a penalty or not?
Like you said, watch Sky Sports ref watch show, and they will
Bro,
give you the explanation.
rage bait. By the way, guys, we are starting live watch alongs sometime in the near future. Even if it's one person that starts it with us, we'll be there to rant live, live, live.
Hear us in the madness zone. But
Yeah,
let's round up with some more transfer talk, see who else is potentially moving. I know Sancho has been in the news being linked to Roma, but apparently he doesn't want to sign for them. They're not paying him enough. You guys pay him too much money. He likes
bro,
that
bro,
Man U chilling
bro,
money.
bro. As soon as I saw that bid reported and confirmed by like the tier one sources, I told everyone in the Man United group chat that that this guy isn't going to take this thing. He wants to run his contract down and negotiate next season as a free agent. That is his plan, right? And he's willing to wait for as long as it takes. I don't see him signing for anybody. Maybe at best he goes to Besiktas because Besiktas wants him, but he can wait till after the regular window closes to
Yeah.
join Besiktas, right? Because they play in Turkey and their window is after. Like,
That's the rumor that he's waiting till after the transfer window closed to consider Turkey
Man
teams.
U isn't asking for anything unreasonable for this guy, by the way.
Yeah, I
50
mean 20
million
million
wipes him
was
off the book.
yeah,
50
yeah,
million, they will have paid him off if he wanted, but he didn't just want to go to Roma. Like,
yeah.
I don't know. That guy
And then
Garnacho, good luck to them, man.
Chelsea is still in for Garnacho, and I know that there's some dominoes that need to fall.
They
Nkunku
should bring the money. There's
is
always
being
talk
linked to
about it.
Bayern, and that's probably like hinged on that. I know Xavi Simons also only wants Chelsea, and that's another player they're looking at. Might need some competition for Palmer. Um, and then Nottingham Forest has been doing a madness. I think they've signed
McCarthy, Jason
McCarthy.
McCarthy. I think it's
Yes,
McCarthy.
McCarthy from City, I think 30 million all in.
Yep.
And Chelsea has inserted a buyback clause. I think they got also another winger from
City.
France. Yeah, City. But they got another winger from France. They're being linked with Douglas Luiz. Basically, they're trying to revamp their team post Elanga moving on.
Spending
So
the
they're being
longer money
active.
wisely, man.
Arsenal, on the other hand, is now being sort of talking about potential other wingers. Semenyo is apparently being interested after his wonderful performance over the weekend. We're still
Come
being
on.
linked with
Come on.
Eze,
Come
but
on.
Eze looks like he's
I
looking
think
more
Eze is
for
going to Spurs, man.
Spurs. Yep. And we're still being linked with Rodrigo. These high dreams. Every single time when I see my roommates, I just ask him like, "We're still going to sign somebody, right?" Because his whole spiel to me was like, "Oh, Madrid isn't the end of our winger search. Like they're going to add somebody to the end of it." And I was like,
Yo,
"Bro,
Madueke, bro. Yesterday, guy.
yeah, let's not talk about that one.
Man.
We've moved on for the
All
Arsenal
those
Man
people
U
that
talk.
like, bro, I heard a couple Arsenal fans bring up, oh, let's try three at the back, play Madueke as wing back. Like, mm-mm,
Yeah, no.
mm-mm. That guy can't defend. He cannot defend.
Anyhow, we're just going to hope and pray that Arsenal eventually figures out something, because there's definitely like room for improvement. And we'll see. We'll continue to give you guys news about the transfer windows, anything that
Yeah,
breaks and happen.
free the nines, Isak and Wisa, free those guys, man. Let them get their
Exactly.
moves.
Exactly. But again, appreciate you guys for this episode, tuning in and throwing in comments and liking and subscribing. Nice to catch up again as always, Shay. Have a good week.
Yeah, have a
Bye.
good week, everyone.